Greetings and welcome, combat pilots of the Agro Corporation. Time for a new campaign. Right, Stefan Angelus. We're gonna see what your story is all about. Alright, so Jonas. That was the name I was unable to remember last time. Well, anyway, led by the Corp family, Agro is known for their strength and brutality. Recommended as the middle campaign. Well, isn't that? Why even bother putting it like this? I mean, I guess it's nice that it's all unlocked from the start, that you don't have to play through every faction if you don't want to. But we shall see. I kind of like the brutality of Agro a bit more than the middle-of-the-road approach of Rimtech. Especially if you consider Agro to be a more direct opponent of Neuropa, which does sort of make sense since they do have the weaponry, most of the weaponry that will help dealing with Neuropa. We will again be going on medium difficulty because, well, that seems to have served me well. And let's begin.
The second Nexus subject is Stefan Angelus, the youngest of the three Angelus brothers. At Rimtech, he had been Diego's protege and was fiercely loyal to the family. Stefan's rescue by Agro Skyhawks was not the blessing he initially thought. Agro's reputation as the most brutal corporation was well deserved. Agro's business began with penal colonies and forced labor exofarms, but grew to encompass deep space mining and other hazardous industries. Criminals, undesirables, and the poor populated Agro's ranks. All were secretly fitted with neural implants, forcing their obedience to Agro and its founders, the Cobb family. The Corponations were not yet in a declared state of war, but this was irrelevant to Agro. Stefan was sent to Heat Off 3, where rival Neuropa had begun an excavation project. His mission, to launch a sneak attack and destroy the enemy base.
Right, so this basically supports my point that Agro is definitely the most evil of the corporations. Aside from color scheme. If you put mind control stuff in people, that's a red flag that you are evil. Evil! I mean, I get why they do it. They obviously cannot trust any of their personnel. But evil. Anyway, we need to vanquish enemy forces. Stefan needs to survive, obviously. And we get the basic stuff from what we need to do. But let's read the logs. From the personal journal of Stefan Angelus, entry number 1. I'm writing down my thoughts, so there might be some record of what had happened to me. My memories are clear up to the point where Jonas argued with Diego about the alien arm. After that, it's all disjointed images. Falling, crushing, pain, shadowy figures lifting me from darkness, and fitful dreams that seemed to go on forever. Then I awoke here at Agro. My first impulse was to ask them for a comlink to Rimtech, but when I tried to open my mouth, I couldn't speak. But when they asked me a question, I found myself speaking. I could not control the urge to tell them anything they wanted, even Rimtech military information. That's when I realized they'd done something to me. I tried to lash out, but my body wouldn't obey. At Rimtech, we'd always wondered about the stoicism of Agro forces. Now I understand. Agro conditions his forces somehow. We, I'm one of them now, are inhibited in some way. Brainwashing? I can't be certain. My mind is intact, but I've been robbed of the ability to fight. Back to disobey, even to tell them how much I hate them for what they've done to me. When I'm alone, I can scream and curse and damn them all, but when I try to take any actual action against them, it's as if my body isn't mine, and I'm scared to death what they might make me do. Oh, fair point. Alright, so we begin. An area thing. Alright, let's get some power going. And there's the music. Right, so I do like the aesthetic a bit. It's nice that each UI has the aesthetic properly in place for every corporation. Let's get Stefan away from the rim. Now, I don't expect Neuropa to be aggressive immediately, but they will not wait long to make their presence known. I mean, presumably this is a sneak attack, but, you know, AI being AI, they know exactly where we are. Now, the Agro forces have a decent amount of energy armor, but not much kinetic armor, which is fine. Especially against Neuropa, that's actually very good. Making them almost overpowered. Now, damage-wise, they don't have the points in the right place. Because most of their attack is kinetic, as far as I can see. So that will do relatively little against the Neuropa, who has gotten fairly well defended against kinetic damage.
Completed.
Alright, so let's get a parts factory as well. And meanwhile, let's get a few tanks going. Alright, so I'm clearly hearing something nearby being built.
Vehicle complete.
Not sure why they gave me a missile car, since I'm not really expecting anything flying to come at me in the first mission. None of the campaigns are that difficult at the start. I mean, they will ramp up a little bit more quickly. But yeah, well, Agro.
Vehicle complete.
Yeah, Milagro definitely has a much more utilitarian look to their buildings. A bit more square, rigid, fairly blunt in their attacks. They're not going for pretty, they're going for efficient. Which, you know, sort of makes sense with their background. I mean, why waste good special materials on criminals and reprobates? People that other people just want to be rid of. No missile cars, let's get a few more hover trucks.
Vehicle complete.
Alright, so we can start building some bot parts, so let's get that going. I never really see any point in building basic hands myself. And if I were to even pick them up, I'd probably consider just selling it again. Alright, something is being built nearby. Alright, let's have a bit of a look. See if the enemy is trying to harvest any lava nearby that I will want to prevent. I do think Neuropa has a slight advantage over me in speed. Perhaps because of the heavy-ish armor of Milagro units, but shouldn't be that much difference. I mean, missile cars are faster by nature anyway. Right, so I just want to make sure that I can deprive the enemy of any resources. Right, so nobody has touched this yet.
Build completed.
Alright, this is all building nicely.
Part completed. Battle on surface.
Alright, there we have it. First contact.
Energy is low.
Now I'm gonna guess that their base is probably somewhere on the bottom of this hill.
Battle on surface. Vehicle complete. Battle on surface.
Yeah, we can probably hold them off for there for a good long while. Alright, let's speed things up a bit. I think I'm relatively comfortable enough with the gaming as it is.
Vehicle complete.
And since we're doing nothing but waiting.
Energy is low. Combat part completed. Vehicle complete.
Now, it's not that I don't think the enemy cannot go around people. I just don't think they're smart enough to do it.
Combat part completed.
Could be wrong, but I don't think so. Can I get you inside already? No. Building isn't finished yet. And you're doing the dance.
Combat part completed.
The dance of incompetence. Alright, so
Build completed.
you go in.
Combat construction possible.
Let's get some going. Alright. Get another brace of tanks and another group of hover vehicles.
Completed.
Actually, just keep it going. Well, not that fast. A little faster.
Battle on surface.
Oh, look at that. They actually wised up a bit.
Battle on surface. Battle on surface.
Alright.
Vehicle complete.
Time to go say hello. Pity I couldn't pick up that arm. That would have been neat, but... Alright, let's get another combat crew out there and another Combot. Alright, this one is dried up, so let's go over to the next one.
Combat part completed.
Alright, so it looks like they're mining over there.
Possible. Build completed. Battle on surface.
Alright.
Battle on surface. Combat part completed. Battle on surface. Manpower resource complete. Vehicle. Combat part completed. Battle on surface. Battle on surface. Vehicle complete. Vehicle complete. Battle on surface.
Alright.
Vehicle complete. Battle on surface.
So the enemy has a little bit more defense than I initially thought. That's alright though, we can handle that. I think. Also, let's bring out our fellow.
Vehicle.
Either way, the enemy is running a bit low on resources, so once I've got a few more tanks, I should be able to handle this. It's also rally tanks over here.
Vehicle complete. Vehicle complete.
Right. Should almost have enough. I mean, it was a bit scary for a moment, but...
Vehicle complete. Vehicle complete.
Right. But luckily, again, Neuropa doesn't quite have the right weaponry to handle me.
Exhausted. Manpower exhausted.
So, this is essentially a cookie walk. Oh no, you don't. Now I could go and pick up this arm, this shield. It would be very nice, but don't need it, don't want it. Let's finish this off. Anywhere near a defensive grid is annoyingly tedious without proper fire support. I mean, luckily the enemy does not have the means to build any more vehicles, otherwise they would have done it. So I think they're completely out of power. Tanks do lack an ability to do damage to buildings. But I'm sure once they get a few levels, that will be fine. Alright, finally.
Mission log concluded. Upon successful completion of his mission, Stefan was assigned to the command of Brick Cobb, a senior taskmaster. Stefan's relation to the Angelus family made him a target of disdain.
Alright, destroy our foes. Nice and easy. But that'll have to do for this episode. Thank you all for watching. See you all next time.